Hi. Is anybody out there? I'm going to send out another email with the link.
I can see you.
Can you?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm waving at you. You can't see me.
I can't see you.
That's another thing.
So you can hear me typing? I better mute myself, hadn't I? Okay, so I've got it confirmed that the basement of Murphy Elementary has audio and video. Central Office Front Desk has audio and video. Marble Elementary has audio and video. I'm getting ready to send out a YouTube link if you want to spread the word to your friends. Although it's not interactive, folks will be able to hear what's going on. And for now, I'm going to mute my mic because you never know what John Higdon will walk into my office and say.
Will your mouth still remember the taste of my love? Or will your eyes still smile from your cheek? Darling,
Hello to everybody tuning in. I'm getting lots of feedback that it's working. Thank you. Send me a Google chat. I have this screen pulled up. I have this screen pulled up. I think we've done a few sound checks. Make sure you can see and hear what I have to say, because lots of times what I have to say is way more important than how I look. So I'm really excited about this. I'm going to mute my microphone for a bit and step out. That way you won't hear us chattering at Central. Although I know some of you love to be a fly on the wall. And I'm going to attempt to screen share first. There we go. There we go. It seems like we're having the most luck with the YouTube link. So if you want to spread that word, text some of your friends at other schools who seem to me have trouble connecting, just let me know.
You know, shoot paper, be back in 2 minutes.
Yeah. I was just
5
explaining
minutes.
at central office, they were saying they couldn't hear anything, that I was muted, and I heard someone else say, well, I wish we had a permanent mute button. Hey, Murphy Elementary, Gina Carter. Gina, we bring it down a notch, because I can hear and see everything you're doing. I'm kidding. Rick Carter told me to say that. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. Yes, I'm still receiving texts telling me that I have something in my teeth and all kinds of terrible things. So I'm going to turn off my phone now so you can all stop sending me those funny messages. But thank you anyway for trying to add some levity to a situation that is somewhat nerve-wracking for me. This is the first time I've ever given a live presentation. I've participated in live meetings before, but this is the first time I've ever done anything like this. So I want to thank you for being part of this grand experiment. I'm really proud of this and the fact that if we're actually able to pull off this event, we've absolutely done it free of charge. We're using platforms, Google and Chrome and YouTube. They're absolutely free. And as we've always done in our district, to use our resources to their optimum potential, we hope that this is a model for what you can do for your school. I was just meeting with a group of folks in the back room. Hello in the back room, if you guys want to give a shout out so I can hear you and know you're still back there. There they go. That if this works out, maybe we can work it out so we never have to leave our homes to work again. I'm just kidding. Leslie Ledford, one of our administrators at our administrative retreat, if you were able to watch the trailer, had put forth this great little video of the young man who had put together the Rube Goldberg machine. And so I kind of use that as an inspiration for some of the things we're going to talk about today. Donald Trump, I have to have a teleprompter, so forgive me when I look to the side occasionally. I'd like to begin with a quote from one of my favorite philosophers, Khalil Gibran, speaking about children. Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You may strive to be like your children, but seek not to make them like you, for life goes not backward, nor tarries with yesterday. You are the bows from which your children as living arrows are sent forth. The archer sees the mark upon the path of the infinite, and he bends you with his might that his arrows may go swift and far. Let your bending in the archer's hand be for gladness, for even as he loves the arrow that flies, he loves also the bow that is stable. And I realize that may be intended more for parents, but I feel strongly each of you, as you get your new classes this year, you will be falling in love with your children, and they're very much like your own. I'm going to attempt at something here called screen share, so I can share out part of my presentation with you, because part of it's just too good not to see. So if you will bear with me, and we'll see if this works. I think it's going to work. First, I'd like to commend our Principal of the Year, Miss Elisa Cheek. And yes, Facebook is a wonderful thing, because I was able to find that picture of Elisa. I hope that you are able to see the screen share. Those of you in Google Plus will probably need to select the showcase button. I have Mr. Parker in the room with me. Mr. Parker, are you able to see my presentation? Great. Okay, great.
I'm only on the beginning slide.
You're only on the beginning
on the
slide.
second screen.
Okay. Very good.
I think that's more what they're saying.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, yep.
Okay. And
You're gonna have to stay in that screen right there.
gonna have to stay in that screen.
Yeah,
Okay.
just for a second.
Now what are you seeing? Coming back. Okay.
gonna have to share the PowerPoint for the primary screen.
Okay. And that's what I was doing, I thought. Okay. Okay, the Hangout is not picking up my video, so you're just going to have to bear with me here, and unfortunately I had some really funny things there. What I have gone to Facebook, and I have found a wonderful picture of Alyssa Cheek from class of 1985 at Hawassi High School. Miss Cheek this year, as our Principal of the Year selected by a team of her peers, has led her team through an amazing journey. I know they've received a lot of praise and press about the pursuit of the XQ grant, which we would have all loved to have seen. They were selected in the top 50 out of over 1,000 applications, but beyond becoming a finalist for that grant, the brainchild of what they have accomplished is a powerful new process for teaching and learning on both sides of the desk. They've conceptualized a school without walls. What that means is Tri-County, and I realize that they're joking right now. That's because they never had any walls. But beyond that, they're a school without walls because what they're doing, they've realized that the learning is actually inside the student. It's what you can do with the student. It's not necessarily the stuff you have. It's what you decide to do with what you have inside of you and what you have inside of them. They've actually removed grade levels, and they've moved from grades into levels of mastery. And that's a pretty amazing, innovative thing. So I'd like to congratulate Alyssa and all of her folks on doing something so phenomenal. Coach David Gentry, this Friday night, will be recognized by the Shrine Bowl. He has been tapped to head up to be a coach for the Shrine Bowl, and he will be receiving his blazer this Friday night. How am I doing over there? I've got my producer in the room with me, so forgive me for that. So if you are available and would like to come out and help everyone honor Coach Gentry, please come up this Friday night. He will be made available there. At Andrews Middle School, we want to welcome Miss Julie Higdon. And I really wish that my screen share worked because I found a fantastic picture of, hang on one second. Okay. I'm going to try to share this out one more time. I haven't shared it out yet, so should I go into the PowerPoint first?
Yeah, and let's go into slideshow. Back here, setup show. Yep, setup show.
Where's setup show?
Under the slideshow tab. And setup show.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to browse by an individual.
Okay.
And say OK.
Okay.
Okay. And you should be able to do it manually if you're advancing.
Yeah, I am.
So you can go ahead and start that show right there.
Okay.
And come back in to your Hangout now and share your desktop, and then pick up that screen to share.
Okay.
And they're just right in the middle, top right.
Great. Something I'm modeling here is is risk taking. So bear with me. Present to everyone. Miss Julie Higdon found a fantastic, there it is, I can see it. Found a great, she's going to kill me for this, picture of her on Facebook. She is Batgirl. So Julie, congratulations. We're happy to have you at Andrews Middle. And at Murphy Elementary School, we have joining Mr. Gaither, CJ Rumler. And Mr. Gaither and CJ will absolutely understand that picture. At Murphy Middle School, we welcome Tiffany Clapsaddle to this group for some reason. What's scary about that picture at Murphy Middle School, beyond Barry being Uncle Fester, is that Brian McDonald is the face of normality there. At Andrews High School, there will be no leadership change. We welcome Dr. Lisa Fletcher and Lance Bristol back together as the dynamic duo. at Ranger Elementary Middle. And this, I have to apologize to Miss Wilcher. Her Google picture was the only one I could find, and it was so tiny that when I blew it up big, the pixels made it look like she was a character from Minecraft. But that is Miss Wilcher, who is joining Kelly McDonald as the assistant principal at Ranger Elementary. And the leadership at Hiawassee Dam will remain unchanged. So we're back. It's a scary thing to be sitting here putting those things up, not knowing if my jokes are landing at those schools or not. We have so many successes to celebrate this year. First, I want to congratulate the Oaks, who graduated 31 seniors this year. 31 students who may not have had the opportunity or been given the chance to receive a high school diploma if the unique and innovative methods of reaching those students weren't deployed over there. I want to give that school, their leadership, and all their teachers props. What's happening this year? Peachtree Elementary has embraced becoming a STEM school. They've been adopted by the early college, who will now be their big sister, big brother school, and it's going to be exciting to see the things that happen over there. Hopefully everyone in the district will get a chance to go through the newly designed media center. John Parker and our IT folks have been working closely with Kimberly Worley to make sure that the media center doesn't look like the traditional media center that you've seen anywhere else. Proud again of our early college, who was a school without walls. And earlier this year, the one-to-one rollout changed the way we do everything forever. So hopefully we'll be able to delve into more opportunities to have hybrid and blended learning. Earlier this year, John Parker and I attended a symposium at the Friday Institute with several administrators who went with us. And I stayed behind to watch John Parker's presentation. And John asked the question, when I open the door to your library, what do I disrupt two processes, things that are traditional, things that are normal, the things that we think are working. When you look into your classroom, is it, what is it a version of? Does it need remodeling? And I'm not just talking about the physical layout, I'm talking about what you implement there. When you look into your classroom, are you one of the new sitcoms on TV, or are you an old version of the Brady Bunch? Is your delivery of instruction still Harvest Go and the old green refrigerators like on the Brady Bunch? I don't know. I want you to think about those things. And probably the biggest message I want to leave you with today is to talk about data. And I know everyone's sick and tired of data, with data this and data that, data. I know, I heard it as soon as I said it. Your principals are going to be sharing a lot of data with you. Don't be defensive about the data. It's objective. It isn't saying anything personally about you as a teacher. What it is telling you is something about your practice. It is telling you something about your instruction. It is telling you something about the way you need to deliver instruction to certain types of learners. So I'm going to ask you, as your principal shares more of the data with you today, and I actually went over something called the 5 Ds of education with the administrators. I'm not going to bore everyone with all 5 Ds, but the data and the delivery are probably the 2 most important, because those are the Ds that are implemented by you, the instructor. So as you begin to look at where your school ranks on the school report card grades, make an effort to understand what that means. Don't take it personal. It's where we are. We have to have a starting point, and we're all about growing and moving forward. We can all be better. The only D that I really want to emphasize with you is the unspoken D, and that is one about the demographics. In Cherokee County Schools, and I'm sure I'm not telling you anything that you don't know, our free and reduced lunch rate is so low that we receive free breakfast K-12 and receive free lunch through grade 8. Now stop for a moment and think about what that means. That means that the USDA, a federal entity, has said that you people are so poor that it costs us more money to process your paperwork than to give you free food. That's pretty profound when you think about our population. When you think about 60% of the population of our students qualifying at levels of poverty. But I'd like to challenge that thought just a moment. We're living in a time when we have more than we ever wanted, even though we may be classified as impoverished. Just because a child is classified as impoverished doesn't mean that we begin placating or making exceptions. In fact, research shows that those students have to do it better and harder and need to be challenged more so than others. Those students are our most prime students because that's where you can develop the grit. And that's what we need to do. The demographic that is a non-negotiable, one say about their test scores, they lived up to their demographic. That will never be acceptable. We are the demographic. These students can achieve as much or more as anyone else on the planet. And we have a lot of evidence of that right here in the county. Before I go, I want to give props to several schools. We have several schools who really performed outstanding. In the exceeded growth category, we have Hiawassee Dam Elementary, Hiawassee Dam Elementary Middle, Andrews Elementary Middle, and one more. Let me find my list. And it's funny, I'm so nervous because I can't see any of you. So the Exceeded Growth Club, Hiawassee Dam, Andrews Elementary, Hiawassee Dam Elementary, and Marble Elementary. Congratulations to you three. Andrews Elementary, Hiawassee Dam Elementary, Peachtree Elementary, and Tri-County Early College garnered these this year. So congratulations. The grades and the data itself is embargoed, so I can't share it, but your principal will be sharing it individually with you as teachers. The grades will be certified in October. So congratulations to those schools. Way to go. And I have had a lot of things planned to say, but I'm going to make it short because I feel pretty good about the fact that we've just been able to do this and take care of some housekeeping things. In your Cherokee County Schools Employee Handbook on page 66, make sure that you review the sign-off. We have the presentations on sexual harassment, bullying harassment, the bloodborne pathogens, and chemical hygiene. I have promised Ms. Boring that I would emphasize how important it is for you to know and understand your students who have 504 plans and IEP plans. Make sure that you are following those. And also want to thank all the populations that serve our students. A big shout out especially to our SROs. There are a lot of things going on in our nation right now impacting law enforcement, and our little district is no different. Thank you to the SROs who give every day, and you do some things that other law enforcement officers do not do. I don't know a lot of other law enforcement officers who climb on and drive buses, who come to every single ball game, who are a voice or a counselor to a student in the hallway. And we do appreciate you. Our child nutrition employees, every day, you take care of one of the most critical needs of our students. The primary needs of a child are love, shelter, and food. And you're one of those three. So thank you for everything you do. Secretaries and data managers, your administrators could not make it without you. Every year and every day I hear how appreciative they are of you. Teacher assistants, especially to you. So many of you, most of you, perform duties that are just as critical, and you do it just as capable as the folks who are certified licensed teachers in your building. And that's not to discount what the teachers do. They are wonderful also, but it is a credit to what you bring to the table. In my opinion, that just because you don't have a degree, you're not getting the same paycheck, unfortunately, but you are a critical piece of what we do, and the teachers you support and the students and your administrators know that and appreciate you. We're going to be able to give you a raise this year. Congratulations. It's not much, it's not what you deserve. It may not be more than a gesture, but it's everything we can do. If you didn't do your job to get the kids here, we wouldn't be able to do ours. Your counselors, teachers, administrators, our maintenance, to Marvin and the main tones, sounds like a 50s band, doesn't it? Marvin and the maintenance, we really appreciate what you do. And the IT department, we could not make it without you. You're doing things to make our lives more efficient and easier. You're helping us transform the way we teach and the way we learn. You're helping us connect with students and students connect with each other, usually in good ways, after hours. And we appreciate that. And thank you very much for enduring me during this great experiment. I know that we're going to have a great year, and and I had originally planned to kind of go through all of the schools and show each of you on the screen, but that piece of what my camera control room isn't working. So as I sign off today, just go forward and have a great year. My door is always open, and thank you for everything you do.